Hey everyone. Okay, so I just posted a status on Facebook, obviously, about how I can't even look in the mirror without me going back and thinking about what all the people in my life have said to me, and I'm talking about bullies, about them calling me fat and ugly, and I don't get this one, but slutty, and how making room, well, I didn't put this in there, but, how I've heard the rumors about me, and about, like, everything that people have been saying about me, and it's been happening since 5th grade, and after a while, it sinks in, and last year, well, not last year, but the year before that, in 2011, in December, like, maybe 3 months before December, so, like, in September, I guess, I don't know, no, yeah, September, I didn't put this in there. This is a completely different thing. In September, or before then, I started to cut my wrists. I have since then slowed down on cutting. I do it rarely. But in December of 2011, my mom felt the need to put me in 4 winds. I'm not criticizing her for this because of the simple fact that I needed help. But I wouldn't have needed help if, and only if, the people in my life did not go around calling me fat and ugly and criticizing me for how I looked. People in my grade didn't care to get to know me, or didn't care to find out what my life was like in my past, and they did not care to find out who I really was. And I guess that hurt too, but what really hurt me was that they didn't care about all that, yet they would go on picking on me and criticizing everything I did and everything I wore, how I looked, what I like, and it gets to me because it just builds up, and I'm not good at showing my emotions well. I usually hide them and then wait till I'm alone like this and cry my eyes out. But tonight I realized, why cry when I could just express how I feel and let people know that it hurts and that that bullying needs to stop. I I don't like bullying at all. And I don't like the fact that every time I do something, or every time I go out of the house, I have to try and look my best, even though I know I can never please people at how I look. No matter what I do or say, people always find something to bully me about. I am a very shy person when it comes to speaking out. And I don't like to tell people how it is. I like to keep what I think inside, mostly. And it's not good for me. I don't like to tell people that, I don't like to I'm trying to find the right words. If, oh wow, my hair. If someone did something, or if someone said something about me behind my back, I don't like to confront them. I don't like confronting people. That's what I was trying to say. I don't like going up to them and saying, I know you said this about me. If you have a problem with it, tell me to my face, not to other people. I don't like doing that. I have a fear of people, I guess. And I have a fear of letting people get to know me too well. 'Cause once they know me too well, then they know everything about me, and they can just go around telling people my secrets and stuff. But I don't really have any big secrets. My closest friends know about my past. So do people that I think are my closest friends. But they talk crap about me behind my back, and they don't know that I know. I'm gonna call these people out, 'cause I want them to know that I am talking about them. It's one of my fears not to do that, but I have to face that fear as of this moment. In 5th grade, this is when it started. In 5th grade, I distinctly remember me going up to one of my friends at recess, and they're like, I don't want to hang out with you anymore. And I'm like, why not? And they're like, because someone told me that you were a lesbian. In my mind, I'm like, what's going on here? So I started going to everyone that was outside with us, and I just started asking around, did you hear a rumor about me at all? And they would say yes or no, and if they said yes, I would ask them, from who? So that went on for about 2 days, 3 days, and I finally found out that this rumor had been started by a boy named Paul. You may know him. He goes to Bethlehem here. Paul Van Wee. And he made this rumor up about me. And now I look back at that, and I think we were in 5th grade. How would I know if I was a lesbian? How would he know if I didn't know? Now, the only thing that he was going on about calling me and making up a rumor about me saying that I was a lesbian was because I was hanging out with friends. My best friend back then was Brianna Rowe. And she was my best friend for probably throughout most of 5th grade. Then when 6th grade came along, we got into a fight, and in 6th grade, another girl, this girl named Kayla or Apollo, would always give me dirty looks, and she would talk about me behind my back. And I was really young, so I didn't know what was going on. So I would talk to her like she was my friend, and I started getting these hints, like she would keep giving me these dirty looks, and she would make remarks about me in front of me to her friends. So that hurt. And then 7th grade, I was in Farnsworth. Farnsworth Middle School was an okay place. I met some really great friends there, and I really liked it there. But there were these people that decided to make it a living hell for me. And I made it a living hell for one girl because I didn't know how to deal with bullying myself, so I started bullying someone else. The girl that I had bullied, her name was Ariana. And I would call her the same names people would call me. And I regret that. I think about that most of the time, and I wish I could go back into 7th grade and actually be her friend instead of bullying her and picking on her and calling her fat and calling her ugly and making her cry, actually cry, in class. And I feel like I am just lower than dirt when I think about that, because no one deserves to be bullied and nitpicked and just singled out. No one deserves that. But in 7th grade, I had a crush on a boy named Ryan. I thought he liked me because I asked him out one day and he said yes. The only reason he said yes was because of the simple fact that I was moving and he felt bad. So I asked him out, he said yes. A day later, he broke up with me. A week later, I moved back. I got into all my classes again, and in tech, a boy named Chase. said the only reason Ryan went out with you was because he felt bad for you because you're fat and ugly and you have no friends. I thought that was a lie. So that night I asked Ryan, why did you actually go out with me? Ryan told me why, because he felt bad that I was moving away. So he did only date me out of pity. And Chase was sort of right. So that brought me down more. In 8th grade, that's when it really took off. I don't know if you guys are still watching this right now, but in 8th grade, a group of boys, Patrick Furlong, Tristan Welton, Joe Garrett, Scott Rooney, Colin Patterson, Shane, I forgot his last name. Shane, because I forgot his last name. and George, I don't know his last name either. But that group of boys, there were a few more. Andrew Walbilling, Joey, I forgot his last name too. That was in 8th grade and 9th grade. Distinct memories from them were them telling me that their friend Colin liked me, them telling me their friend Patrick liked me, and that harassment just went on throughout the whole year. One day in Spanish, Joe Garrett, started kicking my chair and making sexual noises. I turned around and I told him, if you don't stop, I will shank you. And he kept doing it, and I asked him again, and he stopped, and then he started again. So I turned around with a pen, and I didn't really break skin, but I hit him with a pen. So I didn't really shank him, but I hit him with the pen in his knee. And he acted all depressed and shit, and he said, and my friend made me say sorry to him. So I said sorry. And then, I don't know, towards the end of the year, the same group of boys were picking on me because Colin, Patrick, Scott, and Joe were all in my Spanish class. So one day my Spanish partner wasn't sitting next to me, so Joe decided he was going to sit next to me. He put his arm around me, and I put his arm off of me. He did it again, and I did that again. Scott then proceeded to yell across the room, "Yo, Colin, Joe's trying to make a move on your girl." And then Joe put his arm around me again. I told him to take his arm off of me, and then I moved my seat away. He moved his seat next to mine, so then I got up and went to the teacher, told her that I was leaving, and I walked out of the room. I went to the office and I talked to the office about that. In 9th grade, in social studies in 8th grade, we had this joke calling me the bird watcher because there was a bird out on a tree and I pointed it out. So Andrew decided that he was going to make a remark about me even though I was sitting in the next row to him, in the row next to him, and one seat up. We were all talking about me, calling me the bird watcher, and I was having fun with it. I was just like, okay, whatever, sure. So Andrew then proceeded to say, yeah, she looks like a pregnant bird. And he was talking about me. So my friend didn't hear that, but she started laughing anyway. And I'm like, why would you laugh at that? And she's like, 'cause it was funny. And I'm like, you did hear what he said, right? And she said, no. But I told her, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry. And she did nothing about it. So then in 9th grade, the bullying picked up again because I moved and then went back to the same school. There are two distinct memories I remember in that. And that is one of them being me and my friends were sitting at a table in the lunchroom. Andrew proceeded over to me, threw, I think, what was used napkins at me, and told me to pick them up. He threw them at me, they dropped on the ground, and he's like, pick them up, emo. I got up, went to the office, told the counselor. The counselor said, sorry, there's nothing I can do. That's not really a bullying instance. So I was just extremely confused, so I went back to the lunchroom. Towards the end of the year, I remember my friend Jasmine running out of the cafeteria. I ran after her, and a boy named Tristan, which was he's part of the group that had been bullying me. Tristan yelled out, "Oh my God, I didn't know she could run." Jasmine had to hold me back so I would not go in there and punch him. After she held me, I wanted to run into a bathroom and cry. She did not know that, but that's how I felt. Because back in 7th grade, the girl that I had bullied, she ran past me, and I said the same exact thing to her. And it just hit me double time, because I don't want anybody to feel the way I felt that day. And I realized it that day that I said the same thing to her, and she didn't deserve it. I didn't know her life. I didn't know her. I didn't get the chance to know her. I didn't allow myself to get to know her. I just simply made jokes about her, and I made jokes about her family, and she didn't deserve that. During this year, I have been called fat, ugly, slutty. I have been called a bitch, which I can't deny because I really am. I've been called a bad friend. And it just builds up after a while for people telling you that you're fat and ugly. I can't even look in the mirror and think, wow, I'm really pretty today, or wow, I love my outfit, because people nitpick at everything. I'm not the richest. I'm not the poorest. I'm not the most pretty girl, and I'm not the most fattest, or not the most skinniest, but I am not the most fattest girl. I'm not the most ugliest girl. I'm not... I don't have looks that could kill. I get that. But when you sit there and point it out to me, that's when it becomes a problem. Because me physically hearing that breaks me down. I've been to therapy, and I've been to a mental hospital for cutting. I've attempted suicide multiple times because of you. Because of all of you who like to nitpick and bully and just find out things that are wrong with me. Yes, I wear the same shirt twice a week. Yes, I don't have that many clothes. I don't care about that. I have my mom who loves me, and I have friends who love me. But when you counteract everything that they say, I can't believe them when they tell me that I'm pretty or that I'm gonna be happy. Because you guys always tell me that, oh, you're ugly, you're fat, you're not gonna be good enough, and it hurts a lot. Not that you would care, not that you even are still watching this video, because chances are you didn't even click the play button. Yeah. And I just want you to know, I hope your parents are proud of you for killing me inside, because that's what you have done. You have made me feel so bad about myself that I can't even look in the mirror. I can't even look someone in the eye and say that I'm pretty. I can't look someone in the eye. I can't look myself in the eye and say that I'm pretty. I can't. I really can't. And by that I mean I can't look in the mirror and say, wow, I'm pretty. It's just impossible for me. So I hope you're happy that you've killed a human being inside. And I hope that one day you guys will be happy and realize what you are doing right now by bullying someone is wrong. And I just hope you guys have happy lives, because I'm not gonna sit here and trash talk you. I'm only telling the truth. And the truth is that you guys have made my life a living hell. And I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be living anymore, but I am. For my friends, for my mom, and for my family. For everyone who actually cares about me, I'm here because of them. Because they are trying to support me when you are trying to knock me down. So, I hope you're happy, because I'm not. Bye, guys.